Welcome to Top USA News Channel. Breaking news. North Korea in hot phase, Russia will act with China and India to protect Kim, WW3 threat. Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said the risks of tensions escalating were very high, and he announced Russia, India and China were ready to intervene in the conflict. Mr. Lavrov insisted the row over Pyongyang's missiles program could only be solved through diplomatic means. He was speaking after a ministerial meeting between Russia, India and China. Mr. Lavrov warned, "We shared our opinions regarding the situation on the Korean peninsula that remains extremely tense. We pointed to the absence of an alternative to the solution of the specified problem solely by political and diplomatic means in line with the Russian-Chinese roadmap." Diplomatic tensions have soared between Washington and Pyongyang again in recent weeks over Kim Jong-un's military ambitions. But China and Russia have vowed to stand by the otherwise diplomatically isolated nation. It comes after Russian Armed Forces Chief General Valery Gerasimov warned military exercises by Japan, South Korea and the U.S. were causing hysteria on the peninsula. He said, "Carrying out military training in regions surrounding North Korea will only heighten hysteria and make the situation unstable. This week's exercise by the Allies will see them share information on tracking ballistic missiles." That happened just days after large-scale drills by U.S. and South Korean forces that North Korea said made the outbreak of war an established fact. China, the North's main trading partner, has also repeatedly called for the United States and South Korea to stop their exercises. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Lu Kang, asked in Beijing about the new drills, said the situation was a vicious cycle. He said, "All relevant parties should do is still to completely, precisely and fully implement the relevant UN Security Council resolutions toward North Korea, and do more for regional peace and stability and to get all parties back to the negotiating table. Not the opposite, mutual provocation." China's defense ministry said today it had begun a joint simulated anti-missile drill with Russia in Beijing. It said the exercise, which had important meaning for both countries in facing the threat from missiles, but claimed it was not aimed at any third party. The hermit state has defiantly continued its testing of ballistic missiles as angry rhetoric tyrant Kim Jong-un and Donald Trump continues. On November 29, it test-fired an intercontinental ballistic missile which it said was its most advanced yet capable of reaching the mainland United States. After the secretive state's most recent missile launch, it warned it was now capable of striking any country in the world. And experts warned this week that new submarine-launched missiles posed a severe threat to the U.S. Mr. Trump has said the U.S. could take military action against the regime, promising fire and fury. But U.S. UN Ambassador Nikki Haley Oz insisted the U.S. will take the Korean situation into our own hands if China refuses to do more. She told Fox News, "We're putting as much pressure on them as we can. The last time they completely cut off the oil, North Korea came to the table. And so we've told China they've got to do more. If they don't do more, we're going to take it into our own hands and then we'll start to deal with secondary sanctions." And she said new sanctions against the North were having an effect and leaving Pyongyang stressed out. She said, "What we have managed to do is the United States has led, and the international community is all with us, in isolating North Korea. That's a very important move. They feel it, they are getting paranoid, they're stressed out about it, but we are going to continue to keep up the pressure. Thank you. Please subscribe and share."